101.7 FM in Abuja. I'm Lawrence Omoite. Welcome to the show. And as usual, we will be taking a trip around the pages of newspapers across the country and the set charges against protests, suspected secessionists bomb Anambra Police Division. Nigeria now third most indebted nation to World Bank IDA with $2.2 billion loan. Subscribers stranded as NIMS's server downtime slows SIM name update. Nigeria Islam and beyond direct cash transfer to 43 million Nigerians. Traders, Nigerian Army bicker over quit notice in Yaba. How the Constitution deleted tradition, Part 2. And still staying with the Guardian newspaper, corruption responsible for environmental degradation in Niger Delta, says EFCC, but on to regulate 166 in Global Gender Gap Index. Kidnapping, robbery, Nasarawa CP vows to flush out sacrifice. And Nigeria reaffirms partnership with Indonesia. Calabar residents decree of the Guardian newspaper. And well, we move on to the Punch newspaper now. Petrol price hike. Labour demand alleges invasion. Police squeeze staff. PDP governors knock Wike, insist Fubara is Rivers Party leader. Fleeing Lagos, but hits 5.313 megawatts, first time in 3 years. And Emir Sanusi seeks FG's mandate to resolve Fulani crisis. Paralympics, Ogundele, Nigeria's last table tennis hope. And still staying with sports, knocks for South Africa over Junior D Tigers in Kuje prison. So those are some of the headlines you can also find on the front page of the Punch newspaper. And next is the Tribune. And the Tribune leads with the story NLC slams FG over fuel price hike threat. Poor Nigeria the leadership over Britain and others. Kaduna to strengthen collaboration with NSA to counter MOU as Tinubu meets Chinese president. All right, and next is the Leadership newspaper. Secures $2.2 million under Tinubu. Relief as Dangote refinery launches Euro v petrol. Abuja invests post-graduation training for engineers. Workers to wait long for new minimum wage payment. Alright, the newspaper is next now. Dangote Refinery of $10 hails Tinubu's unwavering support as new facility begins. Tinubu holds bilateral talks with Chinese President. Both leaders raised ties to comprehensive strategic partnership level. And still staying with this day newspaper, current begins engineering assembly in Abuja. Minister calls for quality financing, investment, and debt relief from developed nations. PDP governor's reply Wike says his threat unbridled, irresponsible, and unacceptable. Electoral Act. Appeal Court moves to save governors whose deputies are disqualified. Tinubu Olaji. And for some politics on this day newspaper, how Oyebanjo breathes life to. All right, we move on to the Sun newspaper this morning, and it leads with the story: outrage as NNPC Limited marketers spec petrol price at $8.85 per liter. On the economy, the finance minister says we didn't in Arochukwu. And all right, we move on to price of petrol. Dangote. Soaring prices, FCCPC backs down on price control. Fuel subsidy presidency. Nigerian flag designer Akin Kumi for interment after waiting a year for state burial. No more. All right, we move on. Filling stations adjusted prices, says President Tinubu. Jammed commencement of petrol. A short break now. When we
wake up, a new generation.
Citizen FM Abuja. Now we be the voice of the people.